Well, I think what we've seen over the last few days with this heat wave and these grass fires are the effects of climate change. We're not used to seeing temperatures approaching, 30 degrees, let alone 40 degrees and higher. As a consequence, we saw grass where there's no been rain for the month catching fire quickly and easily. It's almost like hay, it's tinder, it spreads really fast because of the wind. And because in London many of our homes and properties impinge grass, we've seen properties being destroyed. Our fire service done an amazing job, and I'm here today to thank our brave firefighters for the job they've done. I think by a combination of their hard work, but also the great citizenship of Londoners going to warn their neighbours to allow them to leave their homes and places of work. Nobody lost their lives, thankfully, because of the fires. No serious injuries, although 16 firefighters were injured. 2 of them had to be hospitalised, but I'm incredibly grateful to the fire service and relieved the consequences weren't even worse than they currently are. I think the reality is us as a city can't cope with the consequences of climate change unless we get more investment in our city to adapt, to become more resilient. But at the same time, we've got to deal with the causes of climate change. We can't just carry on dealing with the symptoms without dealing with the causes. At the moment, we've got enough resources in relation to firefighters, appliances, kit and so forth. But if we have more regular heat waves of this sort of level, if we have more regular flash flooding like we saw this time last year, which could happen again this year, then I'm really concerned about the ability of the fire service. But also, listen, the idea of people using the tubes when it's 40 degrees outside or living in homes that haven't been adapted makes me really concerned, because we've got to understand climate change is happening, it's man-made. We've got to take steps to deal with the symptoms, the consequences, but also stop it getting worse by dealing with the causes.